that's all about consciousness and working your way out. That's why you stop creating. Because whenever you create, you just created a responsibility, and God takes that pretty seriously. So obviously, you have to pay for what you create. So just a natural law, but essential, I guess, to the running of creation. So stop creating things. Just live in the moment and be happy with what things are in that moment. It doesn't matter anymore because you're preparing yourself for a journey way beyond what most souls at this level can't remember. So you just get yourself more in the now and play and enjoy in the moment. If you look around, that's what our society, that's what this world is moving souls to, because it is so corrupt on one side. It is so bad. These souls are so lost in the governments. They don't care about the peoples. The rich people, this is so out about. But in that process, it makes the average individual let go and don't care anymore. Now, there's pros and cons to that in terms of running a society, because if you don't stand up and be a participant, then you can't bitch about the outcome. And so there is that process to do without doing, so to speak, to be involved and engaged without being involved and engaged, a detached involvement, so to speak, because you know who you are. You know that this is just setting up the energetics and cycles of tomorrow in terms of creation and for other visitors and things, but in reality, you're the reality, you're the consciousness, and it invokes a certain amount of detachment, disgust, whatever way it takes you down that road of letting go and letting it all just get outside of you. Not always easy to do when it directly is hitting you and affecting you. That's what makes it difficult, is something that's going on over here, you can get involved or not involved, but when it's directly impacting you, then more difficult. But that's the game, isn't it? So I don't know, sevens are, cycles of numbers and stuff. You'll see many cycles of threes, bigger cycles of 12s, and in numerology there's all kinds of things. So I really don't get into that. Sorry, honey, but thanks for the question. Oh, that's Dano. Yeah, thanks, my friend. Dano, here's another one. Dr. Morse wanted to ask you about, this same one. Love you. Thank you, Sun Consciousness. Love you too. Love your name. Could you recommend an herbal school? I'm thinking Dominion. Dominion is a very good herbal school. Emerson, I think, is better. I like Emerson up there. Really, the tests make you think. So Emerson, Dominion, two very fine. I love Canadian herbal schools. They're probably the best in the world, in my opinion. I do like the Dr. Christopher School. I think they're very good there. You get a few days, I guess, or a week maybe of hands-on. So I do like Dr. Christopher School. I think he's got a worthy degree there for you. So any of those three are good. Some of the Europeans, I've had about 3 schools overseas in the UK and stuff. They're okay. They're good. I keep taking courses. I think Mary Gladstar's course is excellent. I've got it done almost, but I just haven't, finished it up and sent it in. But anywhere you can learn. Your gig is to learn more and more about specific herbs and the ones that you're polarized to and what other people think about them. I like a collage of understanding because it is botanicals. So I like a collage of different schools and their understandings, and as you melt it all together for yourself, then it gets you where you want to be. So I love herbal schools. I think it's the appropriate direction man should be in. I think we should revere and love and honor our herbs because these are our tools. Get rid of these pharmaceutical companies, and maybe one to keep some very important. There are some drugs that are essential to life. We've taken ourselves so far down the road that there are some survival drugs. But as we get healthy, we'll eliminate that need. We can do so much more, even in emergency medicine with herbs and homeopathic. Between herbs, homeopathics, essential oils, flower essences, man, we have a field to die for. This is the field that medical doctors should run to and enjoy because it'll expand their intellect instead of this constipated view of ridiculous diseases. It just serves nobody, and too many people are definitely getting hurt by that. So sun consciousness, fourth. Dominion's a little tough though. They're not tough in terms of studying them, but they're tough in terms of exams and stuff. But I do like their consciousness because they feel that when you're pulled into a court of law, you want to be the smart one. And I've always respected that too. Now here's the bottom one that's continued. And I'm not sure topic. I'm sorry how this is all messed up here, so let me see. Scars, let me see. Can't get sweet talked into using supplements and all manner of cure-alls, which is sad considering he used to be an expert on fasting and would power fast people to save their lives. Oh, anyway, I'm just getting part of this because I don't see where the rest of this is there, so forgive me for this. I'm sorry. Let me see. I purchased 10 gallons of his burn wound salve for a rainy day, and I have pounds of burdock leaves dried and ready to be heated in water and used for burns and wounds. I saw pictures of his healing, saw one pic of a boy with half his face burned off, 35 days later, new skin, no scars. This is topic of no cancer. Tropic of no cancer. Are you talking about John Keim here? He said the only two areas you cannot regrow skin are the nose and ear because there is cartilage there and therefore no bed of skin left to regrow new skin. I don't know about that. Just cartilage, no grafts have to be used there. Always, he is a good guy, selfless, and will be here long. Sad. He will not be here long. Sad. If you're talking about John, I don't know who you're talking about. Maybe, but oh yeah, you must be. Lost the nights in his own burn salve after signing a legal agreement with some. I know. I heard about that. Well, John's a good guy. If you're talking about John, which I gather you are, he's a love. He's 87 years old and can't pinch an inch. I was sitting at another friend's in my house there, Willie Krishna, who owns Northern Nutrition there, and I've just been a good friend of Willie's for so many years. We've had a lot of fun together. He comes to our class about every other year, but he's just travels all over the world now, the guy. But he was telling me a lot about this kind of sad stuff, you know. But we were sitting in his house one day, and we all wanted to go somewhere. Well, they don't have cars, and I had a van that carried people, so I drove a bunch of us to this place we were going, a restaurant or something. And John says, "Well, I'll meet you there." And I said, "Hell, that's miles away." He said, "No, I'll cut through all these fields. I'll meet you there." My God, John took off running through these fields, and I mean, it was miles. And I mean, the guy's unreal. Now he's forbidden from making and selling his own creation. Just about every person who has entered into a business agreement with the Amish man has screwed him over. He has lost hundreds of... Well, you know, John's had a full life, and he just can't worry about stuff like that. This is a sad thing, and Willie should have come to me. We would have had John fixed up right on top of the mountain. We don't, I don't live in the world of I screw you, you screw me type of thinking. That doesn't get it at all. That's not how you do life. And these companies that do that, well, I have news for you. If this company is making the salve, they're not making it good enough. So there's ways around everything like that. So now he's forbidden. Let's see, just about every person who has entered into a business. He left Ohio and went to top of the mountain. Yeah, I'm familiar. I've been to his place in Ohio. That's where I met the Amish boy that had the burned arm and the other boy that didn't, that burnt too. And you could see the dramatic difference between the two. But Amish people still come to him. I'm familiar. He's been thousands of Amish people's medical doctor for years. He's just he's funny. His stories are something else, man. John, a good old friend of mine, saw him last year at Willie's when I was up there giving some talks, and John gave a good talk on herbs and had pictures of herbs and stuff like that. Your message seems similar to those introduction in the book, Your Health, Your Choice by Dr. Mortar. Have you read it? I haven't. But, any of us, sweet 00976, all of us should carry similar ideas about what's going on. I might have a little passionate energy behind mine, but shoot, it's disgusting when you have to sit through so much suffering and deaths that are needless. After a while, it doesn't become funny anymore. It becomes... a very serious problem that we have here with our out-of-control medical world, and it's ruining our economics. And so it's just all, it's just all real. It's just the nature of this level of greed, but it shows you what not to be. It shows you not to be that way, to be loved, to honor, to respect, to give forth. Someone comes to me with an herbal formula, we help them make it. I'm not going to steal it from them. I mean, that's ridiculous. And poor John, I know. I know this whole story. John's been a personal friend for a long time. I love his brother. Got some good maple syrup water. It really is hard sometimes to stay on the fruit all the time. It is, and don't worry about it. I'm not, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up here, Daniel. You just do your best. You go in and out, in and out. Nobody's judging anybody. I don't judge anybody. You just go in and out. You do your best. You get everything is. I struggle to get myself back to all fruits again, and it's just, the sad part is none of it's any good anymore here in this country. It's hard. It's hard. I went to buy a bunch of grapes, and I was looking on it, all bitter right now, and it was like, oh man. And the watermelon, I bought 4 alongside the road, even at this late date, and they felt good. They sounded good. I said, oh, these are fresh out of the field. They're seeded. They have seeds in them. I thought, oh, great. First 3, shucked out the back. I got 1 more. So with a little luck, maybe that one watermelon will be good. I didn't cut it this morning. I was too busy to get here, and it was like, oh. I stopped for a while and just ate raw for a while. This second time around has been real challenge. So just play with it, Daniel. Don't worry about it. Just play with it. Keep working. Follow you. And right now, the energy shifted through the winter, so whatever you can do. Take off. Don't beat yourself up. Keep working yourselves through this. Remember, environments change. Things change. You shift a little bit. You come back. Whatever you can do, you just hit at it. And remember, as practitioners, your clients are going to be the same way. Your clients are not going to be like you. They're not going to carry your enthusiasm. You're lucky when you get one. That's why I'm blessed with all of you guys, because when I talk to you on the phone or you come in, I'm so happy. Because you're happy too. You're just happy people. You're happy with your very spiritual people. I could work I could have a clinic the rest of my life like that. Unfortunately, that's a small percentage of people. A lot of people are hurting. They twist their emotions. They twist their viewpoints and attitudes, and we get a lot of crap here sometimes, or things that are not our fault. Yeah, some lady called me late last night about a young baby. I'm telling you, we're trying to work this baby out of these problems, but major neurological problems, major problems, major. That's a problem with these genetics, major problems. And all on fruit. Baby's been on fruit for a year, this child, and still failing neurologically. And it's like, oh, man, some of these things are tongue twisters because you try the very best you can. Top of the mountain stuff. Other people walk right out of it. Some, they just continue to go downhill. It's like, what about some avocados instead of a salad every once in a while? You betcha. Oh, you betcha. Tear into that, man. Absolutely. Anything like that, Daniel. Anything. Just rip it apart. Whatever. I think intuitiveness is good in this field, because if you're a certain food, you wear out on it, you move, you follow your intuition. There could be some chemistry in another food. That's what's great about not using the mind, but using the consciousness, using the intuitiveness, knowing, oh no, this is what I need now. Oh, this is what I need now. And shifting with that. I think that's a mark of a good spiritual person, that shifts and moves with this, Daniel. So keep it up, my friend. You're doing good. Canadian War, oh God. I wonder if someone with Celtic or gluten sensitivity